lot of people, emails I get when people know I'm putting together this product is they want me to talk to people about building wider shoulders. I had saw something again that you had wrote where you talked about doing seated lateral raises, and then standing up to extend the set and the time and the tension. I just wonder if you can go into that tip a little bit and just a little more about overall shoulder width building.
If your program design has a healthy diet of presses, rows, and chins, for the most part, doing specialized shoulder work is unnecessary. But if you have a bodybuilder that wants to build full boulder size type of shoulders, then doing isolation movements like lateral raises, for instance, is warranted. And most people think that the shoulders are comprised of only three heads, the anterior, the lateral medial, and the posterior heads. But in fact, research shows that the shoulder is made up of 7 segments. So to truly train the shoulders to fully stimulate the shoulders, you want to train them at different angles. So you want to vary the angle that you hit the shoulders with. And so that lateral raise article, we got many emails from that. And basically, it goes to show you that just a slight nuance, just a slight difference in angle can actually alter recruitment patterns. So for instance, we know that the first 15 to 30 degrees of abduction, abduction, involves primarily the supraspinatus muscle, which is one of the muscles that comprises the rotator cuff. And the medial deltoid head doesn't come in until the latter part, or that its contribution to the movement doesn't come in to a greater extent until you start to abduct further into the movement. So by altering your body position, for instance, if you're side lying on a Swiss ball, you will stimulate more of the supraspinatus, yet if you lean away from a pull, you'll hit more of the medial deltoid fibers. So there are many ways that you can influence the deltoids, and you can hit them through different angles. And I find that trisets and giant sets are quite effective to build shoulders. So if your goal is to build full deltoids, then yes, I would recommend doing additional isolation work. But if you're doing plenty of rows, presses, and chins, it's unnecessary.
Okay. Now you mentioned trisets, and most bodybuilders and most people you see that are training for physiques will only use a superset. What are the advantages to guys using trisets?
The advantage is that you can get a lot of work done in a short period of time, and that you can hit the muscle through different angles, and you can hit it with various exercises. So you can alter the lever length. So if we look at shoulders, for instance, if we're doing a lateral raise, by performing an L lateral raise, you cut the lever length almost in half, and so it'll help to extend the set. So by performing regular laterals and then cutting the lever length, you can continue the set, and then by isolating in a seated position to standing, then you can start to incorporate a little more of the legs to aid the set, so you can further increase the time under tension if you're doing a set in that manner. If you're going from, say, an overhead press to an upright row to a lateral raise, well, now you're hitting the shoulders with various exercises. You're hitting at various angles, and you can also start hitting it at various rep brackets. So the presses, you'll use a lower rep bracket, the upright rows a medium, and the laterals a higher rep bracket, so you can stimulate different motor units as well. So there are advantages in terms of hypertrophy. It's quite advantageous to use a tri or giant set format.
Okay, and that just is a new piece of information to a lot of people listening, because they really haven't been able to get out there and use those type of methods, and I really think that's something that people should really look into.